everybody. On this video session, we'll proceed to the next topic of chapter 2, that is 14 Principles of Management contributed by Henry Fayol. Henry Fayol. His lifetime was 1841 to 1925. His profession is the mining engineer and also he is a management theorist. He has been contributed the 14 management principles which are referred by the administrative in nature, and it has to be adopted in the organization, which is a top down approach concerning top management and other managers conduct. So for his contribution, he is known as a father of general management. So these are the 14 principles he has been contributed, like division of work, authority and responsibility, discipline, unity of command, unity of direction, remuneration of employees, scalar chain, centralization, decentralization, order, equity, stability of personnel, initiative, subordination of individual interest to the general interest, aspirate the cause. So these are the 14 principles contributed by Henry Fayol, which will be asked for the 5 marks, where you have to list out any 10 principles of management. First one, division of work. Under this principle, the work is divided into small tasks or job, and a trainer specialist who is competent is required to perform each job. The division of work leads to be specialization. So here the manager or the management has to divide each work in a smaller unit where it has to be assigned to the particular worker who is competent to perform the job. So for that reason, division of work leads to specialization. Second one, authority and responsibility. According to the Fayol, authority is a right to give the orders and obtain obedience, and responsibility is to corollary of authority, where the manager is required the authority compute with their responsibility. So there should be a balance between the authority and the responsibility. An organization should build a safeguard against abuse of managerial power. So authority is giving the order and responsibility is a corollary of authority. So here these responsibility and authority should move in a balanced way, where it has to be a right authority should be have a right responsibility. So in the organization, it has to create some safeguards against the abuse of managerial power. Once the manager are getting this kinds of the power, he should not abuse that power by giving the orders to the workers in a wrong way. Third one, that is discipline. So discipline is a obedience to organizational rules and employment agreement which are necessary for working of the organization. So discipline is not only maintaining the discipline or discipline of work condition in the organization, even though it is also included in following the rules and regulations, and the agreement of the employment will show as a discipline in the organization. Next one, subordination of individual interest to the general interest. The interest of an organization should take a priority over the interest of any one individual employees. So every worker has some individual interest for working in a company. The company has got its own objectives. So here there must be the synchronization between individual interest to the general interest. So individual interest is totally the needs and wants of the employees in the organization, what they want to get from this organization. So that has to be mingled or synchronized with the general interest, that is none other than the objective of the organization. For example, the company would want to get the maximum output from its employees. At the same time, on the other hand, an employees may want to get the maximum salary while working the least. So it can say once the organization set the objective to maximize the output, similarly they have to set the objective where if they produce more output, they will get the more salary. So in that manner they have to make a strategies and achieve the organization objectives in a smooth way. Fifth one, that is unity of command. So according to the Fayol, these should be one, there should be the one boss. Okay, that one boss has to provide the each and every work or orders to the individual employees. If the employees are getting more than two superior or more than two boss orders, they will, I can say, in the organization, the principle of unity of command is violated. So for that reason, you have to go with the only one boss and you have to accept the order from the only one boss. If they are getting orders from the two superiors, it will create a confusion among individual, that is employees. So they will be having a confusions regarding to whom they have to report first. So it will create a misunderstanding between the workers and the management. Next one, that is unity of direction. All the units of an organization should be moving towards the same and the common objective set by the organization, and they have to coordinate and focus their efforts towards a only one achievement of the organization goal. So everybody, every organization department has to move in a same direction. So this is a difference between the unity of command and unity of direction. First base, that is meaning. One subordinate should receive the orders from and should be responsible to the only one superior. Here one boss should provide the order and the subordinates are responsible to reply back to the only one superior. Unity of direction, each group of activity having a same objective must have a one head and one plan. There must be only one head as well as one plan, and everybody has to move towards the achieving that particular plan. So to achieve the particular plan, they have to set their group activity into the unity of direction. Second base, that is A. It prevents a dual subordination. That is basically it will avoid, mainly avoiding a avoiding the dual, that is double subordination, getting the work from the two bosses. And unity of direction, mainly it prevents the overlapping of activity. Overlapping is nothing but same thing, that is wasteful of the activities by doing the same task repeatedly. Next comes, that is third one, amplification. It affects an individual employees, and unity of direction will affect the entire organization. Next one, remuneration of employees. The overall pay and compensation should be fair to both employees and the organization. The employer should be paid fair wages, which should be give them at least a reasonable standard of living. So here remuneration is nothing but that is pay scale, or you can call it as a salary along with the incentives. So there must be the fair wages system in the organization to make a workers to be motivated, and also the organization should not commit to the losses. So for that reason they should also keep the money into their expenditure for the meeting the uncertainties. Next one, centralization and decentralization. So centralization is where the decision making authority in only one person or only in a one hand. Whereas there is a decentralization. Decision making power is with more than one person. That is known as a decentralization. In centralization, the employees will be not having that much of freedom to provide the suggestions and ideas to the top management. But in decentralization is totally opposite, where they can the management will consider the subordinates each and every ideas and suggestions. Later they will come with a good decision. Next one, scalar chain. An organization consists of superiors and subordinates that you can see on the right side diagram, where a superior, that is A, B, D. So now you can analyze that the superiors and the subordinate relationship. Now F superior is D, D's superior is B, B's superior is A, and A is superior for everyone. The formal lines of authority from highest to the lowest rank are known as a scalar chain. Gangplank is a shortest route in the scalar chain, which allows employees at the same level of communicate with each other directly. It should be used only in case of the emergency. So here the employees will be get an opportunity to speak with their subordinates when it is an emergency. So that time they can violate this scalar chain and they can speak. That is, gangplank is totally the shortest way or shortest route to speak with the same level of the workers. So for that reason it is used at the time of the emergency. Now here the F cannot speak with the E. Okay, again, if he wants to speak with the E, he has to supply the information through the scalar chain. Next one, order. So according to the Fayol, he is going to say that people and the material must keep in a sequence wise. So it should have a suitable places at appropriate time for the maximum efficiency. So to bring the maximum efficiency and save the time, everybody and every objective must keep in a sequence wise. The principle of order states that a place for everything, that is everything will be having a some place, that is you can call it as a his or her place. So everything as well as every objective or things should be kept in a particular place. Next one, equity. So good sense and the experience are needed to ensure the fairness to all employees, who should be treated as fairly as possible. So there should be no discrimination against anyone on account of gender, religion, language, caste, belief or nationality, etc. So equity is in the sense you have to treat everyone equally. So you should not maintain any kinds of the discrimination among the workers irrespective of their religion, language, caste, gender, belief or nationality. Next one, stability of personnel. So employees turnover should be minimized to maintain the organization efficiency. If the worker is working in your organization for a long period, he or she will get the all kinds of training and they will become a perfect in particular job. So it will affect the organization to achieve the goal in efficiently. So once selected, they should kept for the fixed tenure, so that will give the reasonable time for the showing their result. So you have to provide the opportunity to the workers that make a restrictions you must stay for the organization for 6 months or at least 1 year. So in that manner you can take a agreement from the workers. So any magazine to the regards with creating a instability will definitely creates a I can say insecurity among the workers. So immediately it will add to the cost. That is, suppose the organization employees are leaving rapidly, it will tend to leave the organization by recruitment, selection and training cost will be high. So it will leads to the these kinds of the cost like recruitment, selection. Again you have to conduct the recruitment, selection and you can provide the training to the workers who are freshly joining to the organization. So it will increase the cost. So for that reason you can maintain a stable or stability of the personnel in the organization. So the stability in tenure of the personnel is good for the organization. Next one, initiative. workers should be encouraged to develop and carry out their plans for improvement. Initiative means taking the first step with a self motivation. Initiative should be encouraged. So here basically initiative, like you can encourage the workers to come up with a new idea and suggestion. That is first step. So if they are taking their first step to give the suggestion and ideas, it will definitely increase their self motivation. And also initiative should be there in the organization to encourage the workers to develop their knowledge and skills. Last one, that is spirit decrops, that management should promote a team spirit of unity and the harmony among the employees. They must be the team spirit among the workers. So the management should promote the teamwork, especially in large organization, because otherwise objective would be difficult to realize. So this said that in every organization there must be, the management must be create a team spirit among the workers. They have to encourage the workers to perform in a group. So immediately they will realize that we have to put our efforts in the group, not individually. So that will leads to create a achieving the organization goal in a group wise. Okay, so this completes the uh, total chapter number 2, that is principles of management, and also the 14 principles contributed by Henry Fayol. If you have any doubts, you can reach me by contact number. Thank you everyone.